the Matinee Review.
The Matinee Review.
Well, now that we got good and sidetracked,
What were we talking about?
what's going on here?
What are you talking about?
The Matinee Review.
Am I doing a podcast? Where am I?
You're in the void.
Hi.
Get out of there.
Hi, everybody. We're back.
Filters out the blue light.
Get out of there. This is nice. Things are nice.
Nice. And welcome back, everyone, to the Matinee Review, where two friends talk everything entertainment, such as movies, animated features, television shows, video games, cartoons, and comic books. I am Justin.
I am Akili.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. How are you, sir?
I am good. Hello, everyone out there. Again, we're back again.
Again.
Back again. It's been a bit of a time, but
Been a little while.
yeah, things have been going on. and-
Life.
Yeah, definitely life. And we're ramping back up again, folks.
Indeed.
So get ready again.
Indeed.
Lots have happened since since June.
It's been a little
we
while.
talked.
I think so.
Well, not since the two of us have talked, since we've talked to everybody out there.
Right. Since
So,
we've checked in with the internet and the socials and looked around and been like, hey, what y'all doing?
So I think at this point it would be impossible to compact everything into a brief news segment. But I think we should talk about the news at this point. What do you think?
Hey, the news. Let's talk about the news. What's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
Everything's happening all at once.
Everything.
But entertainment-wise, we've got a lot of things happening. Avengers Doomsday has put out a bunch of little clips that they're saying aren't even kind of part of the movie. They're like just little short films. So they're filming certain things that aren't going to be in the movie, but didn't they get sued for something like that recently? Or
I don't know. To me, it sounded like they made 4 trailers for the movie, and then to spark intrigue went, look deeper into the trailers. We're telling you a mini story. It's like, you're probably not. You're probably not. It's probably a marketing ploy because you really don't want to mess this one up. So you want to create buzz now because you got a big countdown that says 11 months. So got to start creating that buzz.
Right.
But of the 4 clips, we get one centering around Captain Rogers. We get one centering around Thor. We get one centering around Charles Xavier and Magneto. And we get one with Shuri, Thing from Fantastic Four, and we get a shot of Namor. So it really centers around Wakanda. So we've gotten these 4 little clips. And there's a rumor also that there might be one that centers around Doom that gets closer to the actual release date. Maybe in the summer when they're releasing other trailers, there might be a little Doom thing. That's a thing that's told from his perspective. I think all 4 were really great. The one centering around Magneto and Xavier in particular is really good because at the end we get a great shot of Cyclops.
yeah, I'm excited for this movie. I'm also worried about this movie.
Why?
Well, because they're relying on bringing back Robert Downey Jr. to play a villain that shouldn't be Iron Man unless they're going for a certain storyline that most people don't really know about, that I didn't even really know about. So I don't know. I mean, I would have liked it, to have the introduction of Doctor Doom maybe possibly been with Fantastic Four, but that's just me. And probably a whole lot of other people out there, too.
Technically, they did.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, technically, they did in the same way that the MCU also introduced Blade. So take it as you will. If you're like, you didn't introduce him, technically they can go, yes, we did. And you'd have to go, judges, they're right.
Certainly showed more of Doom than they did of Blade.
And it's funny. Showed Doom. Didn't hear him. Heard Blade.
Didn't see him.
Didn't show him.
Right.
Saw back of Doom. Didn't see him. So it's same league, different different
Very
different
meta.
teams, different
It's
little
very
small
meta,
rules.
man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wow, stretches the mind, makes you think about things.
I think they will be as fine as the corner that they will write themselves into.
Probably, yeah.
That's the best I can say. I'm excited for it because this is going to be another big build up to, like, one of the bigger movies, one of the bigger stories. So by the time we get to this, I think it'll be great because it'll be a really great big story to tell. Whilst maybe they've been having some trouble telling the little small stories leading up to it.
Right.
If it's all leading up towards the big story, then I think the payout for the little small ass will be good enough. It will be good enough. I'm not expecting it to blow me away like the Infinity War, then Endgame. Or yes, those two movies are still phenomenal.
Well, the first 10 years, nothing's
yeah.
going to beat the first 10 years.
So
plain and simple.
Yeah, I don't expect it to do that. I expect it to be I walk out of theater going, that was good enough. That was good enough for me to be as excited if this is kind of the end of this Avengers arc, which leads us into whatever the next big thing they want to tell us. Then I'm all for it.
Secret Wars, and then the restart of the Marvel Universe so they can tell the first 10 years over again, but differently.
Correct.
Yay!
IP.
They'll go more X-Men, and then
Yes.
like you said, I believe we talked about this that you said something about it'll be more of the X-Men kind of run than it will be the Avengers run.
Yes, that's the next big thing after, because like it's still Avengers Doomsday. So we're still in a sense telling this Avengers arc.
Right.
The next arc, it's going to be, X-Men, blah, 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 X-Men. And then each individual X-Men will probably get their own little movie. And then like you just said, it'll be the recycle of the 10-year, but now X-Men instead of Avengers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
And then
Video game wise?
video game wise, we did get an announcement for Wolverine.
That's September 15th.
September 15th, I believe. So get excited. That's going to be some fun stuff.
Reason to get a new console.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're also remastering and bringing out God of War 1, 2, 3 for like new gen PS5, remastered, all that stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, boy.
Wow.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
For the 20th anniversary? I want to say it's something like that. 20 or 25th.
That's crazy.
Something like that.
I just think it's really weird that we are now 2 years away from the beginning of the Marvel Universe being 20 years.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's not cool.
That's
too
perfectly
fast.
fine.
I know it's perfectly fine.
That's perfectly fine.
It's such a reminder.
It is.
Yeah.
It gives you, it's a nice little placeholder in life to kind of, boom, boom, boom. A lot has happened, bro. So much has happened in telling this story. I'm happy to still be around to see it unfold because, unfortunately we've lost some people in life and love and all that aren't around to see the end of it. So we can
Very
only
true.
be so happy to still be here.
And speaking of which, we've lost some people since we've last
Ooh,
put
boy.
something out here.
Ooh, boy, have we. Childhood dies a little more every couple months or so.
Yeah, I don't
Seems
think we
like.
can do this without giving them some slight flowers.
Yeah.
More than slight. I'm going to just mention one of them for me off the bat. Gene Hackman. He is very much so my Lex Luthor to my Superman, who is Chris Reeve. And he's done so much more than just Lex Luthor.
I'm trying to think. For me, Gene Hackman, yeah, Lex Luthor was probably the first. No, before I'd seen Superman, my father had taken me to see Unforgiven. And I think that was the first time I'd ever seen Gene Hackman do something.
Okay.
And then because of my mother, I believe she showed me Young Frankenstein before I saw Superman. So then he was the blind cat.
Right. Right.
And there's a lot of other stuff. Those are the first kind of things of Gene Hackman. He's always just floated in and out of my life in movies, and I've always appreciated when he pops up on screen.
What's that one he did with Will Smith? Or like
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State, where everybody's watching everything. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was a interesting movie.
It's a pretty good sleeper movie.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good sleeper. A little undercover people in that movie too. Mm-hmm. Like even in that van, I think in the van alone, there's like Jack Black and like 2-3 other people that are just like,
God,
damn, they're in
what's
their
his
movie.
name?
Oh, they're in their movie. They're in that movie.
Seth Green.
Seth Green's in the van.
Green's
Yeah.
one of the computer whizzes.
Yeah.
Something you don't think of Seth Green being. Nothing against Seth Green. You just don't think, hey,
come on,
computer whiz.
that's a little harsh, don't you think?
I'm not trying to be harsh. That's not me.
Oh gosh.
Ever. We also,
Pac-Man.
going with the DC universe, lost a Batman. Val Kilmer passed.
We did. It is my favorite meme when I have to give a thumbs up. It's one of my favorite memes to give is him in the bat plane, and Commissioner Gordon's like, "Ah," and he gives the thumbs up before it zips away. Yeah,
Go! And he's so excited. Mm-hmm. He was so
just
happy.
making that worst commissioner ever, bro.
Shakes that guy's hand. It's like, he's back.
Right.
Batman's
We're all
back.
going to get raised. It's like, bro, you haven't done anything for 2 movies, my G. Like, you just bumble up on the thing, and then I got to save the day. And,
Batman, what's
you
wrong?
know,
Batman.
Harvey Dent has turned into this thing. What happened to Harvey?
Oh, my God.
No one addresses it. The fact that Harvey Dent's now just a random white dude all of a sudden. Justice for Harvey Dent. What happened? What happened to him? They replaced him and no one said anything.
Half of them, like, dresses like an 80s hair metal band, but in a suit, not skin tight, you know. Yeah.
Shout out to that Two-Face. He was with I can't remember her name, but Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore was the one broad, and then the other broad was what's her name? Debbie Mazar. Boom, got it.
There you
Debbie
go.
Mazar and Drew Barrymore. That was a nice little team.
Right.
Anyway,
and quite the team between Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. I heard they really liked each other. I say that facetiously.
I hear Jim liked Tom. The other way,
When he
the
first
other way
met
around.
him, yeah,
The
when he
other way
first met
around,
him, I'm sure. And then
probably
after
not so
that, he
much.
was like, "Oh God, this guy's a
Probably not so much.
yeah."
Somebody didn't dig his brand of humor. And it's just like, well, Tommy, you know what you signed up for, right, my G? Whatever, Tom. Go be a curmudgeon when everybody's being camp. But camp, the camp Batman, Val Kilmer, not as camp as George Clooney, but we're not talking about George Clooney.
We're talking about Val Kilmer.
Iceman,
Was that your first? What was your first introduction of Val Kilmer?
probably Batman Forever.
Really?
That I recognized that was Val Kilmer. I'm sure I'd seen Weird Science, or I'm pretty sure I'd seen.
I think no. Weird Science. You're talking Real Genius.
Real Genius, yeah, not Real Science. Real Genius. I'm pretty sure I'd seen Real Genius. I might have seen him in Top Gun, but it wasn't one of those things where like I maybe saw him, then saw Batman Forever, then had to go back and see Top Gun and go, oh, that's that dude. And then I just remember when The Saint came out.
Yeah.
It was like Val Kilmer's in The Saint, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That was a fun one. That was fun.
Well, so probably Top Gun, but Batman Forever is, he's the best camp Batman. Well, no, Adam West is the best camp Batman. He's the next best camp Batman that I think is good old Val Kilmer.
I can see that.
And it was the one where they recognized, they have this really great line. Alfred drops him this line, and when he's figuring out the riddles, he's Nigma. Edward Nigma. He's walking away, and Alfred goes, you know, sir, you really are quite bright, despite what people say about you. Like if I'm Bruce, I'm just like, what do you mean? The fuck?
What do they say?
You know I'm smart.
World's greatest detective.
Who you been talking to? Been calling Vicky on the sly, haven't you? Yeah, that's what you've been calling Vicky again, huh?
Sir, I don't know
damn,
if you
man.
know this, but people think of you as a complete and utter idiot.
God damn, why don't you marry her, bro? I can.
Alfred, why don't you marry her? Yeah,
All right.
I love that scene.
Oh, protection, yeah, great. Who let Vicky Vale in the
I
back?
had in mind.
Who let Vicky Vale in the back here? I just turn around working. Oh, hi, Vic. Come on in. Hey, and Alfred gives this really just great look, like looking down, like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I kind of fucked up. Yeah. Oops, my bad. I probably shouldn't have done that. Looking back now, live in your loin.
He meant well.
My first introduction to Val Kilmer was probably either Real Genius or Willow.
Aha, yes.
One that
Another movie where I probably had seen him in that first, and it didn't register it was him until I went back and, oh, man.
Right.
Because Will's another one I saw.
yeah.
Way young.
Well, he goes from blonde hair to having like really long black hair with like braids and, just very not Val Kilmer when you see him.
Mad Mardigan.
Mad Mardigan, yeah.
A lot of people's childhood heroes. A lot of Mad Mardigan. A lot of Willow fans out there.
I enjoyed that
you're a
movie.
Willow fan.
Boy, did that series suck. Did you know they pulled that off of Disney Plus because they were just absolutely embarrassed by it?
I mean, it's sit there and look at the streaming numbers in the red every month. So I might as well just.
I'm sure I've
Pretty sure it's
mentioned-
just Warwick Davis trying to show it to everybody at this point. No offense to him, but it's like, no, we made it here. Look.
Poor guy, too, because they had such a chance to make a good
Not
2-hour
his fault.
movie. I'm not going off topic at all because we're still talking Willow and Val Kilmer. I'm
Yes,
just gonna
no, we're-
quickly say
yes,
this
we're connecting
again
it.
because I've probably griped about it before. That show was shit. I'm not just going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be that guy that was like, well, there was some really good stuff about it. That show was shit. Like, there was like 5 minutes where I was like, oh, okay, this almost feels like it. And then it goes right back to being shit. And you're like, no. They could have been a good 2-hour movie, sequel, dark, done. Because that movie was not meant to be like an MTV soap opera piece of shit.
The feeling that I got was very much MTV Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Like trying to appeal to that
Yeah.
demographic.
And it just went from like a good, fun, gritty fantasy film to listening to like your favorite new pop hit music remixed at the end of each episode. They had a fucking Metallica song.
You had a soundtrack problem too.
Boy, I had a soundtrack problem with that because the soundtrack to that movie was great. I'm way off topic right here. We're talking about people who have passed, and all of a sudden I'm complaining about the Willow TV show.
Just shows how much you did not like it.
I did not like it at all.
Well, Val Kilmer wasn't in that one.
No, but
You know what?
The one camp thing that I did really love him in was Top Secret. If anybody has not seen Top Secret, that's a sleeper film. That's a good comedy. It's really dumb, like dumb.
I remember he shows up as in the show Entourage. He's some kind of like weed Sherpa or something, and that was a really good role.
I remember that.
And then I just rewatched Top Gun Maverick, and he does pop up again,
of course, yeah.
which is awesome because there was kind of rumors that he may or may not be in the movie. And so when he does pop up in the movie, it's good and sad at the same time. Bittersweet, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Because,
And we can't not mention probably what is most likely 90% of his fans' favorite film, Tombstone, when he played Doc Holliday. That was probably his best role, and he should have gotten an Academy Award for that. I'm sure I've said that on many episodes.
I wonder what he would have gone. Did he get nominated?
I don't even think he got nominated.
Well, it is a very good performance. Tombstone's a very good movie, and he's one of the reasons that people do talk about that movie, and there's a lot of good performances in there. But yeah, Val Kilmer, everybody.
And we've lost quite a bit since last year.
We have
David Lynch, Diane Keaton, Robert fucking Redford,
yeah,
June Lockhart, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Jesus, Michelle Trachtenberg.
all right. That was recently, wasn't it? That's right. That's right.
Wow.
I know recently, just recently, I know we lost Ace Frehley from Kiss, Robert Duvall, Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down, Catherine O'Hara, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Eric Dane, James Vanderbeek, Robert Carradine. We lost Rob Reiner and his wife. What is his wife's name? I don't want to. Oh, Michelle Reiner. Yeah, Michelle Singer Reiner. Because I was gonna say Penny Marshall, but that was his first. Looks like that was his first. But yeah, so yeah, and that was. I mean, every. Some of these are, we're not gonna go into a lot of detail. Some of them are just, old age. Some of them were pretty rough and sudden kind of things. But we just wanted to make sure we save a space. And there's a lot. So those are just some of the ones that stuck out. Everyone deserves their flowers. Hey, even maybe in the comments, maybe you could leave some names that stuck out to you, and maybe for the names that we did name, maybe share with us some memories, some moments, some of your firsts when you saw some of these people, and maybe how they inspired you. So
Yeah, what was your first Val Kilmer movie? What was your first Robert Redford or Gene Hackman flick?
Robert Redford is the natural. That's Robert. That's Robert Redford will always be the natural to me.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it was Butch Cassidy, and then there was The Sting. What was that one that I used to watch? I used to watch.
He showed up in the MCU.
Oh, Sneakers. I've mentioned Sneakers quite a bit on this show. Mm-hmm. Sneakers is a really good, not only Redford movie, but quite a good cast. It's got everybody in it. Definitely check that one out. Yeah, he does show up in the MCU. So yeah, let us know. And that's, well, I think that technically is the news.
The news. Hey, that was all the news. So then there's potatoes time. We were talking about some meat. Now we need to talk about the other portion of the meal. And the other portion of the meal, everybody, is a little movie called, you might have heard of it, Sinners.
Sinners. I curse you. Sinner. No, that's thinner.
Wait.
Sinner.
Thinner.
Yes, Sinners. I wish that I did not know what it was about through that second trailer, even though I didn't watch that second trailer. Did you know that? I didn't watch it until just recently. Because I was like, I want to see what the second trailer was like. That was the movie where I was like, I'm sold enough. I don't need to see another trailer. And I was kind of adamant about that with that movie. And then Spears comes up and says, so I was already sold with that first trailer, but now that I know, spoilers, that it's vampires, I'm so on board with this. And I went, so I didn't know that it was vampires, but yeah, no, that's cool. I was like thinking in my head, God damn it. It's a good movie.
Sinners is a really good movie.
It's a really good movie.
I also saw the first little half portion of a trailer, and they had me at Michael B. Jordan playing twins in a movie by Ryan Coogler. You're playing twins. It looks like a period piece. You had the shot of him trying to smoke the cigarette by himself, that whole time kind of shaking. So there's this sense of dread or something. So I was already like, all right, I'm on board. And I happened to see the second trailer kind of by accident. It's not like I really searched for it. It's one of those things that I think it was in a scroll, and it was like, oh, and then I was like, since it was getting into it, I was like, all right, let's see what it's about. And then once I found out it was about vampires, yeah, it had already sold a ticket, but yeah.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came to mind when I saw the full trailer, I was like, man, this really feels like a From Dusk Till Dawn situation.
Yeah. They showed everything in that second trailer after seeing the movie. It's one of those where it's like, oh man, why are you even showing this? But you got to sell a ticket. To those who are not convinced with just one, got to sell a ticket. How should we start this one? Where should we start this one?
Well, I just have a list of things that stood out to me.
Right.
And in case we need to talk about any of the actors, I wrote down some of the main players. I do see one that I forgot to write down. It's Homie Dude who plays Cornbread, who was also on 8 Mile.
He was also on the what is that football show with The Rock?
Oh, yeah. Ballers. Yes,
Yes.
with Denzel's kid as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right.
I
We'll look that up in the meantime. But did you want to go beginning through end, or did you just want to...
let's give them a rundown of basically the movie, and
Give
then we
them
could talk about our favorite things.
We do a basic rundown. I will let you handle it since you've seen it a little more recently than I have.
Right.
So you'd probably be a little better at hitting the rundown. Just give us a quick synopsis of Sinners, everyone.
Sinners takes place in the South in the 1920s, somewhere around Prohibition at this point.
Yes.
They are trying to open a juke joint, and they end up getting their place. They have their cousin Sammy, who is going to be playing the guitar and singing the blues. Got the two characters, Smoke and Stack,
Yes.
or the Smokestack brothers, is what
Mhm.
they, yeah,
Smokestack twins.
Smokestack twins. That's
Mhm.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
yep, you.
They have a reputation.
They sure did.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come home, it's they're known. But they are trying to do that. Sammy's gonna be I got a little lost. Sammy's gonna be singing the blues.
Sammy's going to be singing the blues. They go and get Smoke's partner. The young lady played by the way, the Smokestack twins played by Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
Y'all didn't already know. Miles Canton plays their cousin Sammy. Remember that name. I think he's going to propel from this. Miles
time.
Canton.
Big time.
It's already
He
got
needs
some
to.
singing stuff out there. So check it out if you haven't already. And they go get Annie, is Smoke's partner, played by Unmi Masaku, who
She was in Loki.
she is head of the TVA.
Yeah.
Pretty much last time we saw her. She's
Yeah,
in
she
Loki.
was
She's
in
in
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool Wolverine.
That's right.
Makes a pass at Peter. So, yeah. She's going to make some food. She's going to help cook.
She seems to be also some sort of I would say, voodoo healer.
Hoodoo is what they call it.
Hoodoo?
That's what they call it in the film,
Ah,
which I think is different from voodoo in a way. Like, hoodoo's more of the good side.
hoodoo?
Of it.
You
Like,
do. What?
voodoo
Remind me
could
of the
be-
babe.
You know what I'm saying?
What babe? Babe with the power. What power? Power of voodoo. Hoodoo. You do. What? Remind me of the babe. What babe? Babe with the power. Power. Yep. Cary Grant does a really good version of that, too, if anybody hasn't seen that scene. But
Check
yeah.
that out, y'all.
Yeah,
Some good stuff.
it is.
Yeah, but yeah, she knows a little bit of the hoodoo, a little bit of sadness there because her and Smoke tried to have a daughter and the daughter passed. But not to jump too far ahead, but Stack basically goes into town. He wants to recruit Delroy Lindo's character,
Yes.
Delta Slim.
Yes.
And then it is there we meet Mary for the first time as well.
Yes. Played by.
Miss Haley Steinfeld.
Yes, it was.
Hawkeye, new Hawkeye.
I didn't even know it was her
Yeah.
until I was listening to the soundtrack, and then you're like, "Oh, that's Haley Steinfeld singing right now," and I went, "Wait, she was in the? Oh my God, that was her."
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
man.
it's a bit of a different role.
Yes.
She does say some things that you definitely don't hear on the Disney Plus.
I tell you what, she said some things that made a couple times the audience out loud.
Oh, hey now. Whoa. Yeah.
Hey now,
Yeah.
hey now, say now. It would, it reminded me. It reminded me of, for those of you who are more younger and cats our age would know, once upon a time, Eddie Murphy did a couple stand-ups, one of those being Raw. And in that, he talks about how if you can make a woman go, ooh, 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 make her make a certain sound, then she will forgive you for all sorts of kind of whatevers and this, that, and the third. So when she drops the line about what has happened to the coups, then I instantly thought of like, well, damn, she crossed all them lines and ran all the way after this dude for that. Like,
Well, no, she
ooh,
she did say yeah, we were broken up and you were going to leave and something along those lines, but then you
Dang.
stuck your tongue in my coos and
there
fucked
it
me.
is.
Yeah.
There it
and,
is.
And when I was like, all right, yep. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
She's not holding back at all.
Mm-mm.
So, I could definitely mark that box explicit now for the podcast. Because if I don't, then yeah.
Yep.
I do it every time, anyways. But
Just in case.
after saying that, just
After
now,
saying that.
yeah, that's
Yep.
that's when you definitely
That's
have
when
to
you definitely,
mark
put the
that
mark
one
on
right
it.
there.
Oh, and they also meet, Sammy gets to meet,
Uh-oh.
another one I didn't write down. Inez? Is that the young lady's name in the movie? Mary Broad. It's not Inez. I don't know why I thought
I'm just gonna pull it up right now.
Pull it up
It's
real
okay. The
quick.
magic part of editing is that we can-
Pearline. Inez. The broad's name's Pearline, right?
I'm looking it up right now.
Inez. I think it's Pearline. And she's the Mary Broad that Sammy...
Don't play the video.
Sammy's out there playing with Delta Slim and Pearline. Oh, these and Stack's out there doing his thing.
Yeah, played by Jane Lawson.
Pearline,
Yes.
boom. That's when they first meet Pearline, and Sammy's like, "Yo, you should come down to the shed and come on watch." Oh, I'm married. Oh, okay.
By the
But
way,
you can tell.
Cornbread's played by Omar Benson Miller.
Omar Benson Miller. Shout out to him. We'll get to him as the synopsis goes on. But yeah, so they've recruited Annie, they recruited Sammy, they recruited Delta Slim because they're going to play together. And then they also go into town and they go get the help of the Chows,
Yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Chow, Grace and Bo Chow, and their daughter. Crap, forgot their daughter's name.
What is
They
it?
are the wonderful.
Grace Chow and what is it? Chayton? That's an interesting name. Chayton. Chayton. Or is that Caton? Yeah. No, that's not his real name. That's the character's name.
Oh, that's the homie dude. That's part of the indigenous people's fucking. He's the head of the indigenous people's vampire hunter club.
Oh.
Which really, that's really where we should not where we should start, but that's really early on in the movie too, where fucking all out of nowhere, we see this freaking thing that's burned running into house. Like, I need some help. They're after me, and we see some fucking badass indigenous peoples, fucking almost like vampire hunters, damn near like, hey, don't let this person in your house. If they already have, then I pray the blah blah. But and we never see him again. Spoilers. But that's so dope.
I want to see
That's
an
at the
indigenous
top.
people vampire
That's
hunter
at the
show.
top of my list
Yeah.
of things that stood out.
If you're going to do any type of spin-off of this movie, yes, do the kind of the Chicago backstory
Yeah.
for the twins. But if you don't do that and you're going to do any other one, give us an indigenous people vampire hunter show.
Yep.
Like, what is that team like? And I want to see it all.
Correct.
Every single bit of it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
You know,
What a great tease to the beginning of this thing, and just to never bring it back up.
Never
what
see them
about
again,
Yeah. What
nothing.
about these?
Nope.
Come on, man.
nope.
When you talk about the cavalry coming, that's it. That's
Right.
who you call.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all about this flick.
Yeah.
This film. as
Yeah.
you
No.
say.
Absolutely. So they were gathering up some people. Mary flies into town, and Stack's like, "Hey, you should get on out of here. I couldn't be with you because I'm trying to protect you. You're trying to protect us." And then, they go on ahead and pretty much head to the spot
Yeah.
and start setting up.
They set up and they get
And
it
they
going.
hire Cornbread to go. They do Cornbread to go work the door. There's a whole funny little back and forth. They literally pull him from a cotton field, which is pretty crazy. Just to kind of a reminder, like, hey, all by the way, this is happening during this time too. Let's not forget that. Like, oh,
Right.
yeah, right, fucking.
It's like what he says, like, it's
Shit.
like I got a job to do, or it's like I got a quota to meet. He's like, fuck your quota. He's like, hey, my wife's right over here, man. Show some respect. He's like, yeah, well, fuck your wife too.
Ah, yeah. So they set up this joint, and the poem, I believe, is said at some time in the beginning of the film. And then there's a moment when people are coming in. They did pretty well at doing the promotion down at the train station with Delta Slim. The boys played, and it was wonderful. So
Right.
yeah,
And that's where you met Mary.
they-
right.
they bruised. They hyped up some business, so people are coming. Yeah, Mary gets to come. you find out that she, kind of basically grew up with them, and you get the sense that, she, funny little interesting fact. Did you know that upon making this film, Haley Steinfeld found out that her maternal grandfather was like African American or like
shit.
black? Yeah. So
That's interesting. So she actually
got to pull a lot from her personal
Wow.
life into this character.
Wow.
About yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
So
Because I was
she's-
also thinking it was kind of a bold choice to have somebody just who's not say that they were.
Well,
in my opinion.
and then really quickly when you understand, like, it's like, okay, it's one of those things, like, she's, like she might be a problem to the outside world, but she's our problem that
Right.
we're gonna deal with, and has gotten accepted. And there, especially when she goes with the stories of her mom, like taking them in and
Right.
this and that, which would be another kind of interesting thing to explore in a couple little flashbacks. But yeah, I'm mostly dealt with her time in Chicago. But there's this poem at the beginning, and then it's kind of repeated and brought to life in the first time that Sammy really plays for everybody. There's this talk about how some people's musical talent, their voice, their ability draws on something so good that it can blend the past, the present, and the future together spiritually, kind of through music. And so we get this really dope little music montage that Ryan Coogler put together.
Man, what did you think of that with the sound system too?
I've heard only kind of one complaint coming from another podcast that the idea was good, but the music wasn't. So when they went into certain aspects of the music, the bass didn't hit hard enough. And whilst I understand that, I do also think that, having watched it a couple times, yeah, like maybe that part would hit a certain kind of way, but I don't think that's the overall point, because that can tend to be a little overbearing. And if you're trying to draw like a lot of people in, the main point is to kind of to listen to the more melodic and kind of blending flows of
Yeah,
this,
you
that,
definitely
and that.
have to be able to hear everything else that's going on.
My first thought was the instant that they started to bring in like the old dude with the little guitar, and they started, and then she went and the future, and they brought. I was like, I kind of already saw where the montage might be going, especially if they did it right, and they did it right. Where all of a sudden you have all these different blends of music from different cultures as well, kind of blending in to this one overall theme, and then which we kind of find out is a bit of foreshadowing in a way, because it talks about how you can, if you draw in this power, you can kind of get these glimpses of the past, present, and the future. So all of a sudden it pans back, and you see them playing in this. The place they're playing in is basically on fire.
Right.
And I still think it's funny that Cornbread's sitting outside guarding the outside door. I think that's really dope.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the vision of the power that eventually draws our main villain
Remick.
into this business.
Well, we had already saw him previously go to a kindly couple's house. I say that facetiously due to the fact that they were clan members. But
And it's not a surprise. They let you know right away.
yeah,
So instantly you're like, oh, okay.
yeah. No, it's not like oh these poor people. No,
Right.
it's like the
Right away.
Remick, who is the main villain of the story, is running from said indigenous people, fucking vampire hunters.
Man.
I want to see that movie so bad. And you don't know who he's running from, but he is also burning in whatever sunlight is left. It's a very dusky setting, so it's not full sun. But he is definitely sizzling at that point when he knocks on the door, and this gentleman comes out with a gun in his face, and he's like, "Please, sir, I'm sorry, and they're after me, and I'm my wife, and I've got money, and there and that." I went almost into full Forrest Gump, but I got
So
the
did
money, and but they're hunting me out of the way. Anyways, he ends up, being able to convince said clans people to let him in after you see the flag and I thought that was also a very interesting shot. Like you see the American flag and then the clan hood draping on top of the flag itself too. I was like, wow, yep, So you have that moment where he gets to hide, and then you meet the vampire hunters. They end up saying, "Hey, the sun is setting. We need to get the fuck out of here." And that's what they do. And he then ends up turning the couple into vampires as well. So those three end up seeing the juke joint going off, and see that Sammy, who is also known as Preacher Boy, because he is the son of a pastor.
He's the son of a preacher man.
So he, his father's basically warning him, you keep up with that music, it's going to invite the devil.
Yes.
Yes.
You keep dancing with the devil, son.
Yeah.
One day you're going to answer.
So
dance back. So father played by Saul Williams, who, man, if y'all don't know who Saul Williams, he's a poet, rapper. He's done some stuff with Trent Reznor. He was in a movie called Slam. Very just powerful, upfront voice. Didn't recognize him at first it's been a while since I've seen him. But if you haven't seen the movie Slam and you're into like poetry, kind of freestyle, rapping, kind of next level, kind of thinking type stuff, check out Saul Williams. Do yourself a favor. That's who plays his father. Also set up in a church. You see it kind of early on before Sammy gets picked up and this, that, and the third. Real quick, fun Easter egg. If you look behind the preacher, there's 3 crosses set up kind of up top and then one left and one right. They are, I want to say, 33 inches apart each one, something like that, which is the age that Jesus died. And then the way they're set up like that is to kind of mimic or pay tribute to the Wakanda pose, the Wakanda salute.
Wakanda forever.
Which is a shout out to Chadwick. So I think that's dope.
Yeah.
They're still honoring Chadwick in just about everything that they do. As they should.
Yeah.
Chadwick was that dude, man. R.I.P. We miss you, King.
Yeah, guaranteed if it wasn't going to be Chadwick and Michael B. Jordan, it could have been just Chadwick taking this role.
I think Chadwick and Michael B. playing brothers would have been dope.
Yeah, especially since they pretty much were.
Yeah.
I
think that would have been dope. Anywho,
sidetrack. We never
Right.
go off topic in this
Right.
show.
I feel like we have to at least once.
Right. Although that wasn't off topic because we were talking
Not
about
really.
people. So that were
Exactly.
either in the movie and or who we were talking about the tribute was for. So
It's just we're following different little timeline threads.
I weave in and
Just
out.
had to come-
yeah,
yeah,
I
that's what we
thread
do.
that stone needle.
There
you
you
know what I
go.
mean?
Absolutely.
Right. That's Star Wars reference.
Boom.
Big one.
So yeah, the vampire, well, first you don't really know, right? If we're just keeping it 100, unless you've seen the trailer. If you didn't see the trailer, right, or you just walked in, you wouldn't know at this point, really. He's kind of, it's something that's
sizzling because it's outside in daylight. I see somebody like that. I don't think man, if I see somebody sizzling like that, then that either means you're a vampire or they were burning you in that cornfield that you just came out of, which means that they should have been right behind you. So, no, but go ahead.
just saying, man.
Just saying myself, man, you're sizzling in daylight, you're a fucking vampire.
Just saying. Not everybody knows. I'm just shouting that out to the people who might not know.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's not a mummy.
Hey.
Definitely not a werewolf.
I mean, the homie dudes at the beginning, they didn't necessarily say vampire.
No.
I'm giving some other people benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I mean, hey,
Now.
I saw the trailer and knew from the gate that's what they said they were. So, hey, whatevs. But Remick is drawn to this voice, to this, he hears Sammy. So he and the couple, I guess they feel like, hey, we'd like to come on in.
I feel like he also almost saw what we were seeing when it comes to possibly the people there, the ancestors.
Could have been.
And then the burnt down place.
Could have been.
I don't know. It just seemed like he was looking straight at Sammy.
Well, he was drawn to the voice. So I think he was just pinpointed to exactly
Right.
what was inside. Yeah,
Right.
That's, but you could be right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
that's the way I portray it. That's the way I look at it. That's to each their own. When you watch something, it could mean something else to somebody as well.
It's a cool way to look at it. So after that, I know there's some performances, and then so they try to come through the door, and then it's like they find out they're not making money, so she's like, I'll go see if they have money, something like that, right?
Right. Yeah, there is a bit of that. That whole, like, look, like we believe in equality and music, and they do that.
They try to play him a little ditty.
They did. I love how Stack was sitting there like, it's kind of good. I like this. He's got that look on his face. Like, all right.
I think they say something like crackers ain't bad, or something like that. Like they do a little choreography and shit. It's like, all right.
What was it? What was it like? I don't know, man. They weirded me out, and he's like, yeah, well, white people do that at night.
Not wrong. Yeah, they decide, thanks, but no thanks, on some kind of like, hey, it's kind of about us tonight. Okay, well, how come she gets to be in there talking about Mary? It's like, well, because she's
Family.
and then that's what I'm talking about. We're all trying to be one big family, and this, that, and
It was like, you guys move on, when he's like basically reaching for the gun. He's like, well, we don't want any of that.
we're gonna walk away.
We'll walk away.
But we're gonna do it slowly.
Just in case you change your mind. He turns around and
Start
looks
playing,
at him like
like
that puppy dog, like, oh, all right.
It's
So, yeah.
really hard to feel sorry for them people.
No, yeah, no, it's,
All sorts of like,
Yeah.
all right, you can't come in.
you
Why?
are weird.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, but
'Cause-
don't trust this, and yeah, you're weird.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's not even the fact. It's not even the fact about that. It's about y'all give off the kind of a different vibe, and just we're not trying to have that vibe in here right now.
They all
That's
like
all that is.
they all took the guitar, the ukulele, and the banjo, and they're all doing that one move that's just, and they picked that Robin clean. They just kind of moved. They all did that one motion,
Like I
and
said,
I think
do a little choreography, and it was
Right.
like, okay.
yeah, I think
So
that's when Smoke was like,
that's
we're
cute.
done
Yeah,
here. You can
that's-
stop. No, please.
That's
Thank
cute.
you.
Yeah, that's when you were gonna say no anyway, but then it's like,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Then
Yeah.
now y'all have choreography with this shit. Like, all right,
Right.
we're not doing that.
Yeah. No.
Thanks. No thanks.
Yep.
But of course, Miss Ruins the Day has to go has to go on out and, well, let me go see if they have money, because y'all need money. Like,
Right.
goddamn, she's not wrong.
No, they were getting what was at that point some money, but they were also getting basically wooden nickels.
Yeah, because it was a thing of, I could go to a larger place and they'll honor this, and Stack was about keeping the good time going, and we'll honor this and that, and Smoke's like, nah, trick that noise, like, we need to make money off this place, bro, so we're not going to accept wooden nickels like this. We're an establishment just like everyone else, like, we can't just hook everybody up, but
Right.
so
But at least night one, we need to make sure we get those return customers.
right.
And that's the way Stack was looking
That's
at it.
why Stack and Annie, like, pretty much Smoke is kind of on his own island with this.
Right.
Except, Mary kind of goes, I y'all need some money. Like, let's go at least see if they have that. Because they did come to the door and say, hey, we do have money. We just want to drink. We just want to hang and this and that and blah, blah, blah. We have money in there. And even then, they're like, nah. So, of course, Mary goes out there. She got to see what's up, and
We also have another musical piece at that point.
yeah, there's a couple. I feel like there's a couple sprinkled in, and then we get one inside the juke joint, and then we get little sad sacks down by the road. They didn't go far.
No,
def-
they went to the
They
end of the
definitely
parking
went to
lot.
where, like, if anybody was leaving the party, like, they would have been there, like, just y'all want to see it, like, y'all want to see us come play down to this place? Like, if y'all liked it in there, we gonna slam it.
They did play a great rendition of, what was it? Wild Mountain Time. If anybody likes that song, it's a really well done version of it. So they sing that, and she asks at that point, So you guys have money. And then he goes into full red-eye, drooling vampire teeth face. And she gets freaked out, points a gun at him, and attempts to walk away. Where then you see him jump in the air like a fucking vampire would, and it cuts away just as he's jumping.
It's a great cut.
It really was.
It's a nice...
You don't need to know, because you know what's about to happen.
It's a nice flip.
Right.
It's a nice little flip.
Yeah. Goes to another musical piece inside.
Mm-hmm.
Where then you have Mary go to Cornbread and basically say, well, what, are you just going to sit there and block the door? Or are you going to let me in? And he says, well, of course I'm going to let you in. Come on in. And see, the thing with these vampires, they're actually keeping it kind of traditional, where the way that a vampire can come into your house, and the only way that a vampire can come into your house or dwelling or wherever you are inside of, they have to be invited in. The moment they were going with that whole invited in thing, especially at the beginning, because you don't really realize it because the guy's got a fucking shotgun to his face. He's basically begging on his knees, please just let me in. I need to get out. He keeps saying, please let me in. They finally let him in. But yes, you have to say the words, you may come in, or whatever it may be, which you then find out later on in the movie. Yeah.
It was an invitation.
Yeah.
You basically have to invite them in.
Yes.
Yeah.
She comes in and seduces Stack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tells him some cold stuff too.
Yeah.
Some stuff that's hard to turn away from. When you man.
Yeah.
Made me sweat twice. Both times I saw it. Like, man.
Right.
Good Lord.
Yep.
You don't say those things.
No. Well, I mean, you do,
Yeah,
but
man,
you
don't say those things.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I mean,
Anyway.
worked for her.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna work. Yeah, she goes ahead and talks slick to Stack, which has them going into a back room to get it in. And man,
Yeah.
they had found somebody kind of cheating in their spot. So it was a fight, and something had to go down. So Stack was like, "Go get smoke," and
Love how the guys was getting stomped to the music too.
yeah,
It's just like, wow, this is well choreographed. I can
Indeed.
see why some people called this a musical,
yes,
but I don't find it to be a musical. I just found it to have a movie that was that involves music, but people aren't like breaking into song, talking about the juke joint. Let's pour another drink. That's a musical.
oh well, sure.
Yeah, no, this is like, I can't call O Brother, Where Art Thou a musical. It's a movie that has music in it.
Mm-hmm.
Involves, straight up music, but it's not a musical. Same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, there's a very clear difference between like musicals and this and that.
Yeah.
But I say that to say, just in the way that a lot of Disney films that you have growing up were akin to musicals. Because yeah, a lot of people they're not singing out lyrics, but they singing. They singing songs in there. I mean, and even one part I do love is Delroy Lindo breaks out into impromptu. It does break out into impromptu song. It's one of my favorite little stories where he's all the jokes that you ever hear about, like especially like a lot of white comedians. George Carlin comes to mind where he's like, yeah, white guys singing the blues. Like, what the hell do white people have to be blue about? Like the fucking blueprint of jokes like that come from when Delroy Lindo's fucking telling that story. And he's like, yeah, this dude, and they caught him, they lied on him, they fucking caught him, and they hung him, they strung him up, and like just that story comes from such a crazy, sorrowful, unbelievable place that he has no choice but to just start like the blues just comes out of him based on that story, based on some craziness. And that's one of my favorite little moments in the whole movie because it just personifies the whole like deep rooted, like where some we're Black people of color, especially in the South, especially going through that, where blues kind of, they say, like, really comes from. And that's the stories and the feelings and the attitudes of why. So like, and you could tell you could tell kind of the impact of the story, and how kind of in that moment Sammy hadn't really been through anything super crazy like that. And you can tell Stack had, because all Stack does is like you hear him singing, don't you? We got that guitar, right? Why don't you play something? Sammy's still trying to absorb what he just heard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I love that little moment. I love that moment.
It reminded me, though, of the song. I know that Billie Holiday sang it. I don't know if it was her song. I know Nina Simone sang it as well, but Strange Fruit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the way he was telling the story and everything, and the time period. And, Yep. So, if y'all don't know that song, definitely listen to it.
So they literally pick up cornbread whilst he's picking cotton.
Right.
I mean, that's basically what Sammy's doing. Isn't that what he's doing? And then they're like,
At the beginning of the movie,
he's like, introduce yourself, and then I work on one plantation, like, just to keep reminding you, like, yep, this is what's happening. So they go back, and Haley, Mary has attacked good old Stack, and smoke comes in and lights her up, and it does not work.
A double frickin' Colt. Those are two 1911s.
Yeah.
He's using. That was cool.
He gave her a bullet baptism, and it did not work. She stand up and
Bullet baptism.
We gonna kill every last one of you, and runs on out the place, and now we know we have a problem.
At that point, though, who was it? I'm forgetting her name. Smoke's
Annie.
partner, Annie.
Yeah.
Annie is then assuming the fact that she didn't die and everything. She called her a hate.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hate. And that at that point, she's like, we need to get him out of here, because if he turns into one of those, what are we going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So they end up locking him in, because at that point,
What are they gonna do?
yeah,
Right.
especially when Smoke's like, get the fuck away from my brother. It's my
Correct.
brother. We're not about to just throw him out and bury him. No.
Correct.
No.
Correct.
Give me a fucking minute. He literally just died in my arms.
Well, I tell you what, boys and girls, Stack wakes up.
Sure does. Ends up knocking, which I love. Like, hey, can you let me out? Dunk, dunk, dunk. And she's like, who's in there? Yeah.
Like, whoever that is not your brother. Mm-hmm. He ends up, breaking his way out? Doesn't he just break his way
He
out?
just busts through the door after stabbing through the door, which I love, because then you have that little conversation between the two of them through the knife hole of the door, which is excellent fucking shot.
Yeah. She lost a lot of blood. I'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Look at that. Well, I'll be okay.
Go on, open the door. And so they're out in the night, and then the when we had, I felt like we've had one of the things that stood out in one of my stories, little things to make sure I talked about, but this feeling of music being power. And you have the people in the juke joint, through Sammy, through Delta Slim, through Pearline, and just through all these other aspects of them really being in their, kind of their own space, and, playing their own music and this and that. You have this feeling of power. There was this kind of power over the place, and this aura and everything that was going on. It was really great. Mm-hmm. So I find it really fun that Ryan Coogler and them decided to flip that, and you get to see Remick putting on this kind of show through music, kind of in this call to power to his fellow vampires. It's their version of what we've been seeing the humans do this whole time, and it's almost like their call to arms, almost like we're getting ready to go storm this place. Let's kind of have this little ritual kind of thing before this goes down.
Right.
So
What I loved about that
I
was
really enjoyed it.
You're seeing more and more people walking towards the music, because it was all the people that were inside said juke joint who were then leaving to go home because of whatever happened with Stack.
Yes.
It was like, party's over, everybody.
Yes.
So when everybody left, I was like, well, they're all doomed.
Yes.
And yeah, turns out they were. And yeah, that part for when Remick starts singing Rocky Road to Dublin, that was cool.
It's good stuff.
Really cool. And it turns out that he and, or it was the kindly couple, again, facetiously, they actually are performers.
I think
Actually,
I
they
think
do.
it was the kindly couple
Yeah.
that are not actually a couple, but they perform together or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what I think that's what you had looked up.
Yeah, they actually do actual
Like that's them singing the slow song when she
Yeah.
goes out there.
100%.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And that was actually the actor who plays Remick as well singing.
There you go. Jack O'Connell. I think I wrote that down. Oh, and then a little quicker before that, she figures out it's a vampire because they go on ahead and they take Cornbread. And Cornbread, because Cornbread goes and takes the longest piss ever. And so when he comes back, he's like, why don't y'all invite me in? And Annie goes, well, why don't you walk your big ass in? Why you have to be invited in all
Yeah,
of a
you
sudden?
can push right past all of us.
Right, like-
Yeah. Why do you
See,
keep asking?
And this is what's wrong with our people. And on this whole thing, and he tries to attack, and so she figures out, oh, it's not a hate, it's a vampire. So everybody eats garlic to make sure nobody's a vampire, and that's a pretty great scene. And they're all gearing up, and the vampires are gonna attack the freaking place. At least they're trying to. They're getting them all riled up, and so what is it? The main jump off is so Bo Chow ends up trying to go and get the car or something like that, and he ends up getting
Right.
attacked. And he comes back, and they realize he's been turned, and then Remick starts speaking all freaking slick to her in Chinese, talking about, oh, I have his memories now, and I know how you like to be licked and all that shit. Very, very oral movie, this movie.
Yes, it was. It didn't shy away from mention or even showing
Right.
the act
There's
of
a
oral
there's a
sex.
discussion about it as well. Like there's a whole thing. Like,
It starts
very
off with
oral.
Stack basically like going like, so you're going to find that one spot. And what you want to do, it's like, remember how you eat ice cream? Yeah, just like that. Not too hard, not too soft.
It's like a guitar string when you pluck it. The Inkwell, another good movie. That's another good one. That's one of my favorite ones. What's the clitoris? It's like a guitar string when you pluck it. Yes. Yeah, ice cream cone. Don't about that. So she, being Mrs. Chow, damn, what's her name? Mrs. Chow, I wrote it down. It's Grace. It's Bo and Grace. So Grace Chow, she gets all mad and she's starting to get riled up, and the vampire's making all sorts of noise outside, and it's getting to a boiling point. And she says, "Why don't you come on in, motherfuckers?" And chaos ensues because she basically invited in the whole damn crew.
Yeah, come on in, all you motherfuckers.
That's
all.
It goes
Those
down.
words there.
It goes down.
Yeah.
The vampires come in and
She lights up a Molotov cocktail right there.
Yeah,
And then
she-
everybody's like grabbing their steaks. And I did like that moment where they found what they believed was a dead body on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So they all stand in a circle to eat a piece of garlic,
Yes.
clove of garlic, whole clove of garlic each.
yes.
And you have that part where Delroy Lindo, like, it's like, he starts coughing. They're like, hey, wait a minute. He's like, no, I'm all right.
And I like
Right.
to drink.
I drank too much tonight. All kinds of fucked up.
Hey,
like that,
it's one of
yeah.
my favorite lines in the whole movie too. Y'all smell something? I think I just shit my pants. Yes, Delroy Lindo in this movie is a gem. I love
my
him so
God.
much. We lose a good number of people in the attack because, yeah, the vampires really go to town.
I sure do.
Grace goes out like burning to death, stabbing Bo, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
It was a crazy death.
Yeah.
The Stack brothers are fighting upstairs.
Well, this is after, that's after Smoke has to kill Annie, which that sucks because you have Stack biting Annie, and then she even said, "Not like this, not like this." Matrix moment,
Of course.
but not you. She said, "No, not you." That's where it was like, God dang, yeah, that sucks even more. It's like,
Yeah. Well, once the vampire stormed, it's like, well, this is gonna get real sad.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you knew it. And you knew it.
Because she made him make that promise too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I turn, you kill me because I am not going to stay that way. Yeah, it was. And it was another moment that reminded me of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Because you have Harvey Keitel saying, I'm not going to be able to do this forever, so when I turn, I need you to kill me. Yes. That whole moment. Great scene.
Yes. Whoever doesn't die gets turned a little bit. And I pretty much don't remember. I'm just jumping straight to pretty much the conclusion where Rimmick catches up to Sammy in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know before that there is a pretty crazy, another thing that stands out is just the whole back and forth when Rimmick is talking to everybody, where it's like, hey, even when they build up here, they're not going to treat y'all right. Like, I'm trying to talk about equality and this and that and for everybody. And hell, these two, like, they're clan members and stuff. You know, the clan, they're going to fucking try to kill you after all this is over. Like, they don't care about you. Like, I'm trying to build on something here, you know. And then when he goes into, like, you know, I want your sound. I want your stories. I want this. Like, I wanted to be part of this whole next level thing. It reminds me of the conversations you have about like record execs or people trying to steal music and all this from other people. And so it's just, you get this crazy feeling of like,
I never even thought of it that way. That's
like,
crazy cool.
Like this cell of like, oh, hey, this music that you're making, it's awesome. Wouldn't you want to give it to a broader audience than the one that's, you know, it could be part of this whole filter, and then, you know, it's not so much about this, but it would just be for everyone, and how they can sell you on trying to make your thing part of a whole, but then once you're a part of that whole, you're not really you. So the conversations that you could have based on what Rimmick was trying to sell him was like, man, you know, you could be kind of lured in with some talks like that. Even after, I mean, you hear how kind of Stack was talking after he got turned, you know, to his brother, like, yeah, like, you know, I've never been more free in my life. Like, this is the right way to go. Like, you know, he's right. It's just like, yeah, but you're not you, fam. You know what I mean? It's interesting. It's really interesting.
Although he was,
good talking
that was the
points.
weird thing.
Right.
It's like
the personality is still there.
Personality, everything, his own memories, even though he has now everybody else's memories too. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. I don't know if we mentioned, like when because of Rimmick and whatever it may be, when you become a vampire, you're now sharing the memories of all that have been bitten by him before, that type of thing. So
that's how he's able to instantly speak Chinese to the bride, because he got all of Bo's memories in that moment.
That's why everybody knows how to sing the same song that he's singing at that point, because they all know that song just as well as he does.
Feels very hive-mindish.
Yes, very cool. I liked that.
Very hive-mindish.
That was something I've never really seen from vampires.
Yeah, not to that level. Like, I've seen kind of this feeling of if you stop the main vampire, then all the other vampires will be.
Yeah, but I've never seen them like you share all the.
But like a hive mind like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting take on it. So I dug it. And then he's basically trying to do that to old Sammy. And Sammy starts to try to recite the Lord's Prayer. And Rimmick
knows that one too.
Finishes it before him, kind of, sort of, but then tells him this real thing, like, oh yeah, like the people who fucking turned me and tried to do all that, yeah, they tried to put these words on us too, and strange how that all comes around in a certain kind of way. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to do a little bit of what I'm trying to do. So you kind of get this feeling that, yeah, Rimmick is kind of this, you know, it kind of reminded me of Lestat how he tells Brad Pitt, and then, at spoilers, tells Christian Slater at the end, he's just like, I'm going to give you the choice I never had.
Right.
You get this feeling that Remick was kind of forced into who he is and what he is.
Right.
And in his weird way of what he's doing, he's trying to kind of remedy that. Also, there's this, now I can see how there was some negative reviews with some people saying that, like, this movie kind of didn't know what it wanted to be, or it kind of had a weird third act or this and that, because also at the same time, there's this feeling of he's tapped into this other part that they've talked about where, because of the power of Sammy's voice, he's able to call back past and present and future. And it's almost like Remick wanted to use him to call up some of his ancestors, almost go home.
Oh, yeah.
In a kind of a sense, which
yeah.
doesn't get explored enough. So I can see where some people were like, oh, I kind of wanted to lean this way or lean this way. But, it didn't take me out of it. But in kind of hindsight and thinking like, okay, and just thinking about what people didn't like about the movie, because I try to look at it from all perspectives. Like, I could see how people left with more questions than answers and things like that. But that's why I think you could take a lot of prequels and a whole bunch of stuff from this, but you could also leave it alone.
Yeah,
and people interpret it for what it is.
Perfect standalone.
Yeah. So that's how this creature is trying to lure Sammy into his side, but Sammy with his guitar hits the thing, and he's got that silver thing on it, and hits him in just the right place to kind of incapacitate him. And then we find out Smoke's alive. Smoke made it out of there.
Right, because when he was fighting his brother, it was like they kind of stopped almost on this conversation, like just before Smoke was going to stab Stack. He's pretty much like, go ahead, do it. So yeah, no Smoke.
You see Stack run off with Mary at one point. They kind of get lost in the shuffle.
Well, that was before the fight, though. But yeah, so you're kind of under the assumption that Stack has been killed by his brother. Though, if you don't see it, did it happen?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But Smoke definitely ends up running said wooden stake through Remick,
Yep.
saving Sammy.
Yep, because Sammy distracts him with the fucking silver. Smoke gets him with the stake. And if that wasn't enough, it's old triple tap, because the sun comes up too.
So yeah, no,
So
everybody's burning.
We take care of Remick and the group of vampires. And that ends the crazy evening, but then we have one more business to take care of in the morning.
Right. Although we didn't mention the fact that when he's trying to turn Sammy, he's also dunking him in the water.
Yes.
As a way of also trying to wear him out, but it's got this whole baptism fucking side theme to it.
Yes,
it was
which
really
is also
so,
the deliberate point as well.
Right, you know,
Where
you
it's
got
kinda
this.
just, oh yeah, sure.
You got a vampire reciting the Lord's Prayer while baptizing somebody after, like, basically about to turn him from one life to another.
A preacher's son.
You're
well.
about to be born again.
Yeah, a preacher's son as well.
Yeah.
Like, just taking all of it and going, here you go. Which is got to have been ringing in Sammy's ear, his father's words, where it's just like, man, this is how I died. Man, he's going to be right. That would suck as well.
Yeah.
Because damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoke's had a hell of a night. He trying to light a cigarette, but no, like I said, there's one more bit of business to take care of.
Can't even roll the fucking thing.
Yeah, well, that's why he had his brother to roll him for him.
Yeah, because he couldn't even roll his own cigarettes.
He wasn't good to begin with.
Right.
He's dealing with shit. He's got to deal with old Hogwash,
What the fuck his name was?
homie dude who sells them the juke joint that was a slaughterhouse. They tried to tell him. They warned him.
Yeah, he's
Say, hey, man, any of your clan buddies come through here, it's not going to be good. There ain't no clan. All right, Hogwash.
Clan's broken up.
All right, Hogwash.
Sure.
That's why we're cousins, right, Hogwash? So the clan coming to eliminate alls in the juke joint. And, World War I vet not having that. We get a whole We got a whole super violent third act where Smoke takes care of the clan, of the people that came to go handle it. And Tommy gunning in big super gunning it fashion.
I loved how he's using his war gun, whatever that giant fucking
You didn't get
sharpshooter
the crate.
/ machine gun.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where he's using that, and then as he's done with those bullets, he then kicks over a board where he had dug up enough space to hide a Tommy gun.
Yes.
And then picks up said Tommy gun and just starts fucking unloading on them.
And gets that front shot. You know, I'm gonna
Like, I'm gonna set all this up because I know they're coming, so I know exactly what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it, where they're gonna be, where I'm gonna be, and this is surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's war tactics.
It was crazy cool.
It's war tactics.
Yeah.
That's another kind of thing that got some flack from some people. The third act, I think some people thought it was just, you know, kind of an excuse to just put like a big action scene like that in there and this and that. And I do know that, I don't know if I want to out him out here, but I do know that certain people that in my life I know like straight up were just like, and could have gone without that whole third act in there. And in hindsight, yes, I get it. It does feel like hey, let's throw this third act in here and get real like Inglourious Basterds and all that with it. But also, for me, didn't take out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now we're killing the clan as well.
I mean, it
That
seems
works.
like something the characters would do.
Yeah, that
But I mean,
that works.
especially with their backstory, though. I don't know if we mentioned the fact that these two ended up working for Capone in Chicago.
That was going to be one of my things that I was going to throw in at the end.
Never mind. Sorry about that.
No, but we could.
Nope. I
We're
fucked up.
We are throwing it in here towards the end. Yeah. Sorry. No worries. The Smokestack Brothers. Yeah, when they're asked about where they get the how they get the money for the booze and how they got the money to do all this stuff they're doing, and you are led to believe that they, whilst working for Capone, had the Italian mob and the Irish
Correct.
mob were kind of pinned against each other because they brought Irish beer and Italian wine. And it's like, oh, okay. So I'm guessing that they robbed both those mobs and then left Capone, who they were working for in Chicago, kind of left him to sort all that shit out.
Yeah, it's like you fight the Irish while you think that it was them. I'm sure they made it look like it was the Italians that robbed from the Irish and the Irish that robbed from the Italians.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they can get out scot-free,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
Yeah.
that's that was that, and that is something that I would love to see more of. Is their time in Chicago working for Capone?
Hell yeah.
I think that's a great story that could be told about those dudes that are already came in with a certain reputation, however they got to Chicago. You know, and I'm pretty sure Capone didn't have a lot of bros working for him, especially like twins and stuff. So it'd be interesting to just see how all that really played out, man. You know, I think that's super cool.
yeah.
But in his revenge, he gets shot, and it's kind of a fatal blow.
Yeah.
But he gets he gets one more chance to super shoot the main dude. Just point blank Tommy guns him. But he
Yeah.
gets a vision of Annie with his daughter, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not gonna let you hold the baby with I think she's breastfeeding the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm not gonna let you hold the baby." Calls him by his own name, like Elijah. I'm not gonna let you hold the baby if you're, with dirty hands, or if you're having that cigarette or whatever. So
Yeah. Smelling like cigarette. Yeah.
So he puts it out and holds his daughter, and then it's the first time he fully smiles in the entire movie. Because Smoke has a very serious face on most of the time. He's always about business. He's always real serious. Stack's the one who's,
Smiling
smiling
the
and,
whole time.
more of the jokes and more of the showman, more of the face. And so, yeah, he passes on to the next life. And then Sammy goes back to the church.
Which is the opening of the movie again.
The opening shot is, Sammy's got some big scratches on the side of his face and walks into his father's church, clutching this guitar. Looks like he's been through some shit. And so he goes there, and Pops tries to convince him to stick around, but he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go and do the music. But I'm free. I got this freedom behind me to go do it." So they fast forward to many moons later.
In the credits, too. Where they're doing it.
We get blues legend Buddy Guy. It is Sammy. Years later, he has his own club, Pearlines, he called it. Yeah, he called it Pearlines for the young lady who he sampled, so to speak.
Yeah, who also turned into a vampire.
She got turned and then got burned.
Turned and burned.
Turned and burned like a poker hand or like a good burger. You turn and burn it, but don't burn it.
Don't burn it. Well, I mean, charbroil that shit. You got to have some of that.
It's like they do at Chantams. You got to make it just nice. Yeah. Make it real nice. He's finishing a set, and it sounds. It does have a more of a like a electric kind of bluesy feel to it, and then you kind of see him playing during the little credits, and then we have a nice little scene where he's sitting at the bar, and who walks in?
Well, you have the door guy or the bouncer kind of go up and said, "Hey, you got these two people out here that say that they got money and they just want to have a drink. Is that okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." "Yeah, it's okay." He's like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Let him in.
But then the moment he hears, "All right, you can come in," that's when he kind of starts turning like, "Oh, who did I just let in?"
Right.
And then you end up seeing Stack and Mary.
It is Stack and Mary, everybody, looking very 90s, fitted up.
With that, what was it? That not Cosby sweater, but the one
close enough.
His son, the ones his son would wear in the show.
The Theo Huxtable.
The Theo Huxtable, sweater. Because man,
with the box cut, and she's rocking the little jean, like a jean fitter or something like that, with a little leather jacket or something. It's supposed to be in New Orleans. So Stack walks in and tells him like, "Hey, we just came to see how you're doing because my brother made me a promise. He said he wouldn't kill me if I didn't come after you.
Right.
So I just came to check on you.
Yeah.
Heard you had this place. Been listening to the music. Just wanted to say what's up to my cuz."
Did you notice their eye colors?
Whose?
Mary's and Stack's. When it came to Remick and then all the rest of the vampires, when they turned into vampires, they had these bright red eyes.
Yes.
Stack's were blue. They were like this, like kind of like weird, like silver cobalt, like blue. Really cool. Really cool. So were hers. So it's almost like they're not these.
Well, they're not under Remick's control.
They're not these evil. Yeah. Right.
So they're not in the hive mind anymore.
Right.
So yeah, maybe that's.
I think it was one of those where it's just kind of showing that, like, yeah, they're vampires, but they're not like, I'm going to turn everybody in vampire time, or have they been?
Or have they been?
But yeah, I mean, I think they'd have red eyes at that point. I'm sorry, I'm going off topic, but I'm not at the same time.
But not at the same time.
Yeah.
Something you noticed I didn't notice.
Yeah.
So Stack tells him, he's like, "Hey, look, I can, he's like, I see you probably don't have too many years left. I can make it so you keep playing music and you can, keep doing your thing." And he says, "Nah, I've had enough of this life. Like, I'm good, bruh." And Stack basically goes, "Well, I did come to hear you play, but I don't want to hear any of this new stuff, this newer."
Like I said, we have every single one of your albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the older stuff, but can you still play it? And we get Buddy Guy playing Traveling, which is the song that Sammy sung for Stack in the car when he first was like, "Can you even play that thing?" "Oh, yeah." And he started playing. Then when he started singing Traveling, Stack's reaction is so dope.
Yeah, it is.
"Oh, we're going to make some money tonight." And Miles Canton has a great voice.
Yeah.
So to hear Buddy Guy do it was a great and wonderful thing.
If you are into soundtracks and you have seen this movie, definitely get the soundtrack because of the fact that they actually use the clips from the movie itself. When you're hearing him singing, you actually hear Michael B. Jordan react that way. you hear him say like, "Oh, we're gonna make some money tonight." It's cool stuff. I really enjoy it when they do that with soundtracks, and it's not just a version, the studio version, where they came in and sang it in a studio. It's like, no. I want to see what it's like, that like for that scene. Give me all that sound. Give me the sound of them on the road. Just reminds you of the movie. Again, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm sorry.
Not at all.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Stack puts a literal little mini Stack on the table, and you can see that he's wearing some finger rings that say Stack, so he's all 90s out and all that. And then you have, I don't know if it's my favorite part of the movie, but it's definitely the moment I think the most about is when, as Stack and Mary are walking out, he stops and goes, "Hey." And they turn, and Sammy goes, like, I think about that night. I have nightmares, and
I wake up.
I can't sleep,
yeah.
and all this. He's like, but before all that happened, well, that was a pretty good day.
He said,
That was the best day of my life. He said, I think that was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
And he's like, how was it for you? And then Stack looks at him, and Michael B. Jordan doing his thing. He's like, yeah. Last time I see my brother, last time I saw the sun, for those moments we were really free. And you can kind of hear like some real pain in his voice. At least I can. You can really, whilst he has this lady that he wanted. He's kind of living with her and kind of living, maybe, I don't know if it's his best life, but he's living a life. But that night probably does weigh a lot on him.
Mm-hmm.
And right up until Remick comes and knocks on that door, beside the little small spat that they were having about the little wooden nickels, they were having the time of their life.
Right. Yeah.
They were having the time of their life.
Yeah.
It was a good night. It was a good night.
Yeah.
It was a successful night.
Yeah.
Well,
that's Sinners.
Like Justin said, everybody, that's Sinners. Why did I enjoy this movie? First of all, let me get my joke out the way. My main joke for this movie is basically Mary ruins everything. Now hear me out real quick. Now, when Mary shows up, she's told, hey, why don't you just go away for a little bit? You didn't have to come here and this and that, and you being here cramps my style. But does she go away? No. Then she comes to the juke joint while the man is working. Man's trying to do it. Neither of the brothers want them there on some like, you gonna handle this? Well, somebody handle it. We don't want her here. But she gonna come in and do her thing anyway. Does she listen? No. Then, while everybody else is like, okay, maybe we're not having such a financial night. Maybe things aren't good, but it's only night one. Everybody's having a great time. What does she do? Well, no, I'm going to go outside because I can probably talk to the people because y'all need to go do money. And basically, the food basically comes to them. And then when shit gets weird, then she want to get mad and try to walk inside. And so does she listen? No. And then she basically ruins Remick's and them's plan because when they could have maybe just laid low and maybe would have came back, she gets turned, and because she's all in her personality feeling, she's like, well, I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to go get Stack, and I'm going to go do this and this. Mary ruins everything.
Yeah.
And then, when she could stay and die for the hive, no, she grabs Stack, and they leave, and she's not even a team player. Mary ruins everything. That's my little fun joke. Now, all seriousness, why did I like this movie? I like this movie because, first of all, I'm a fan of vampires. So pretty much anything vampires that's cool, I'm all for. And this was vampires in a cool setting. This was not, for me, a vampire movie. It was a movie with vampires in it.
Yeah.
I liked that this movie created little conversation talking points you could have about music, about somebody wanting to steal your identity and your culture for means of their own, about where some blues and true music can come from and the heart of where it might come from, for all people. I like Delroy Lindo very much in this movie.
Oh, yeah. No,
I love Delroy Lindo very much in this movie.
One.
Yeah.
I took the second viewing to realize that he was adding a lisp
Mm-hmm.
to his character.
Mhm.
And I was like, awesome,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
I like that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan can make something that was basically like an original story because they're coming off of the strength of Marvel back machine or a Rocky back machine or coming from something that was based on a true story and they reinterpreted or just told that story. Here's something that's original that these two got to do, and I know they had a lot of fun with it. And the music. And the music is really good. The music's really well done. I just really like how this movie plays out. It reminds me of some really good movies that I like already. And I look forward to showing it to certain people. And I'm also interested to watch this with my father because my father, after first viewing, was not really into it. And I knew he wouldn't be because vampires aren't really his bag. But after we had a nice little talk and I kind of was like, well, I could see how, like, even if you took vampires out of this movie, you could still have a really good movie if you just kept it to like a crossroads type of feel, or you did you could pull a lot of other things out of this. And that's why I like how this movie could create some talking points. So
Yeah.
I really dug the movie Sinners. 2 thumbs up from me.
Same from me. If I had another thumb, it would be 3. 2's all I got. And I'll tell you the reasons why I like it. A, Michael B. Jordan's a boss in anything he's in. He not only convinced you that he was not one but 2 people, but it seemed seamless. It really did, to the point where I forgot. Like, oh yeah, no, there's not 2 of them. There's just one Michael B. So there's that. But as much as it's not a musical, I am a fan of musicals. And this did have elements, like you said, of musical in it. It was a great little kind of combo of like From Dusk Till Dawn and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah. Sure.
It was, I really enjoyed that feel. I also, like I said earlier, I really enjoyed the fact that it was kind of in a traditional way. You had the traditional parts of the vampire lore, but at the same time adding that new hive mind feel to it, which was great. And then, Jack O'Connell as Remick, I want to watch more stuff with him. I guess he's going to be in this new 28 Years Later movie. So,
all right.
Watch that,
From
definitely.
vampires to zombies.
Let's
get it.
And then he's going to be the Mummy. So,
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm just kidding. But
There you go.
no, if he was the Mummy, that would be hilarious. But yeah, no,
He'll be Frankenstein.
he'll be Frankenstein. Yeah, yeah, and then he'll be the creature from the Black Lagoon.
There you are.
Yes, we have them all. We'll have them all, and it'll be wonderful. Wolfman's got nards. If you don't know that movie, folks, that's okay. I'm not going to get into it. But Monster Squad, watch the Monster Squad. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you definitely have to see it, especially after we just ruined all of it for you.
And again, I would say don't feel, because one thing I don't want to do with this movie is overhype it, because I feel like there is an overhype element to this movie. So I'll try to quell that by saying this: if you are not a fan of vampires, don't feel like you have to see this movie. You might not enjoy like the second act, really. Like,
Right.
yeah. And if you think that certain kind of musicals maybe tend to be a little like long-winded, the movie might be a little slow for you before the action picks up. That's what I will say. But give it a shot. That's what I'll say. Give it a shot.
Absolutely.
Give it a shot. If you're at all curious about any of that, like, yeah, give it a shot. Sinners is pretty good, y'all.
I agree.
Sinners pretty good.
I agree.
Does not need a sequel.
No,
We will probably get one, whether Ryan Coogler's involved or not.
because that's what Warner Brothers.
Which
just
means Michael
threatened.
B. Jordan might not be involved.
Supposedly, what you told me, Warner Brothers came to Ryan Coogler and said, "Hey, we want a sequel," and he went, "No, I'm okay." And they said, "Well, that's fine.
We can do it without you.
We can do it without." you."
That's the scuttlebutt,
If that's the truth, man. Hey,
which Hollywood has done before. The last thing I heard that was something similar to that was basically after Rob Zombie made that one Halloween, they came to him and they said, "That was awesome, Rob. We want you to make a sequel." He was like, "Nah, I'm not going to do a sequel." And they went, "Well, we'll do a sequel without you." And he went, no, I'm not gonna let you do that either. Fine, I'll make the sequel, but
Right.
if anybody's gonna jack it up, I'm gonna jack it up. Like,
Right.
that's
Well,
fine. Whatever. I'm not gonna
same-
let you all jack it up.
Same thing happened with this latest Matrix movie. They wanted it made. They went to the Wachowskis, and one of them said, "No, I'm good," and the other one was also saying, "No, we don't need another movie." And they said, "Fine, we're going to make it without you." So she basically went, "All right, well, I'll do it."
Yeah, I heard one was on board, and then they were like, "But I'm not doing it with my sister." And then they had to basically go.
Oh
like,
wow, I didn't hear that. part.
you might be right, but I heard that one of them was on board right away. But like, no, I'm doing it with them, and I think the sister didn't want to do it, and so they were like, "Okay, well, we're prepared to do a version without y'all." And I think that's when the sister's like, "Okay, well, fine, then let's just do it." Because if anybody's gonna jack it up, not that they wouldn't do
It
it.
was
If
just
anybody's
one,
gonna make
but it was
we're
still
gonna
just
make
one of them that made it. It wasn't the two of them.
Right.
It was just one.
it. Right.
So
So I think it was just
Janice?
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, but yes, I know one of them made it. But that same thing happened. Hollywood.
Anyway, sinners, y'all.
Well, you think maybe on the next episode we can do a little bit of a news catch-up segment? Like we're just full-on catch-up on what we've kind of missed over the past few months, a little bit more than a few. I want to talk about certain movies that are going to be coming out soon and shows and...
I think we can have kind of a throwback to episode 0, episode 1, where we talked about kind of the year in Marvel, where we just kind of do a year in review. That could kind of be a 2026 look forward, and with the trailers that are coming and things that are coming, things that are kind of rolling out, because we didn't talk about a whole lot of little things that, yeah, I think we can have a nice little bigger news segment where it's like we can talk about the things that we didn't talk about the last couple months that happened in the middle towards the end of 2025 that are setting us up for 2026. I think that'd be a great idea.
And speaking of setting us up for 2026, there's another thing that I want to talk about really quickly, and it's the fact that we are actually going to be starting our YouTube segment of the show. If you are even just the slightest bit of a fan, if you could jump onto YouTube and look up the Matinee Review with Akili and Justin and subscribe and like and hit all the buttons you can, it would help us greatly.
Indeed. Not to be that guy, but I'm just going to be it because we're eventually going to be them dudes. It is what it is. YouTube's kind of changed how they've done a little bit of like the monetization, how the algorithm works, this and that. So now is a time more than ever I'm guilty of it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are guilty of it. Even when we subscribe to a channel, we'll end up watching the video. We like the video. It's all good, but we just won't hit the actual thumbs up.
Yeah.
If you could remember, and if you could do that, that's all we're asking. That would be fantastic. You'd really be helping us out because we're just trying to get our foot in the door, trying to shake a little bit things up. And we promise the stuff that we're going to bring you is going to be some really great stuff. I'm not going to promise it's going to be anything next level. I mean, there's a lot of fucking podcasts out there. But for the people that know us for what we've been saying, what we've been doing, and what we've been cooking, it's almost time to eat. So it's going to be a good meal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is the show, my friend.
That's the show.
Right. So where can they find us at this point?
Woo.
Everywhere.
Anywhere and everywhere.
Except Pandora.
We are on YouTube. We're just going to jump into the visual phase. We still have the audios going on up there. So yeah, now's the time. I don't know if you want to hit with the tagline that you hit me with even if you're subscribed, then you could be the... You want him with the
What did I say?
Okay.
Oh no, what did I say?
Oh, because you were like, because even if you get in early, then you'll be the first to jump on when the fucking videos come up.
This is true.
Subscribe
Yes,
now.
yeah.
And I was
So,
like,
yep,
let's go.
right. Yep, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was his line. I just said, I like that. So yeah, you jump on the YouTube now. You be the first to pop up on the videos and subscribe. I know a lot of people like to be like, first comment here. It could be you. It could be you.
That's true. You could be the first one to actually watch that video.
And anywhere where you get your podcast, except for we're still not doing the Panda. It's almost time to start really. We say it a lot, but it's almost time to try again.
What, Pandora?
Yeah.
Does anybody even use Pandora anymore?
Somebody does. Unless they've shut down, they still a company? They're still a
I
company.
think so.
Somebody,
Yeah.
somebody
I
still
just,
has a subscription.
I guess.
Well, hey, look, if you have your Apple Podcast, you have your Spotify, you have your Buzzsprout, you have your iHeartRadio,
Amazon
if
Music.
you have your Amazon Music,
Just find the right
And
one.
there's even like some random ones, like, you know, the ones that you don't really advertise, like, podcast now and look for me. Like, we're out there. Just you go on your space bar, go on your Google search, the Matinee Review with Akili and Justin. The options will pop up.
And if you want a full list, just go on to Buzzsprout, and it'll give you a full list of every option you have that we're available on at this point.
And super shout out. Don't think we haven't noticed. We've noticed a uptick in the movement, especially on the Facebooks.
My God, yes.
We appreciate y'all, man. We have noticed we are almost at 1,000. I mean, I know I'd like to say we're almost at 1,000.
But yeah, we're almost at 1,000.
We're almost at 1,000.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
Compared to what we were.
So we appreciate y'all, man. And it's all over the world. We have the timestamps from all a bunch of countries, man.
I'm kind of excited at the fact that we should put up a map and just start pinning every place that we've had people listen to us.
That was what movie was that? Was that Radio Flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Radio Flyer.
Radio
right
Flyer.
At the end, you see, he had similar postcard from
Right.
everywhere he went.
Right.
Yeah, and had a little tax on the thing.
God, I have not seen that movie in a long time. Elijah Woods, everyone. Radio
Elijah
Flyer.
Wood, Joe
Fuck.
I'm so sorry. I forget his name. But then Tommy Hanks.
That's right, Tom
Because
Hanks.
Tom Hanks he's Elijah Wood grown up. And he's telling the story to his kids. And his little brother's the one that becomes
Right.
the pilot.
Right.
Yeah.
God, I gotta watch that movie again. I gotta watch that movie again. Yo, Radio Flyer, everybody. You have to watch it if you haven't seen it.
It gets a little dark.
It does.
It's trigger warning.
It has some.
It's a little domestic abuse. And
Yeah,
so
but
a little trigger warning. But
Man, it's a
yeah,
good movie.
It's a really good movie. Wow. Yeah, I made my brain buzz a little bit.
Yeah, I
ain't
haven't thought about that in a
minute.
while. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Before we start another podcast.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna keep going on this. Yeah, we don't get distracted at all. What were we talking about?
We're talking about sending them home with a smile.
Oh, we do that every time.
Well, then.
Yeah, I think that was it. So I will pass it on to you because, man, you're so good at telling everybody to love each other. So
Well, you know what? Now's the time, more than any time. Love, man. There's a lot going on out there, y'all.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on out there. A lot of people are angry. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are hurting. And now is more time than anything. Like, man, just even the smallest bit of kindness can go a long way right now, y'all. It costs nothing to be nice. It costs nothing to just love your neighbor, love a stranger. Like, you never know what people are going through. So, yeah, man, love each other. It's hard to love some people. I get it.
Right.
But, you know, let's try. Let's try because it's going to get worse before it gets any better, y'all. I hate to be the one to tell you, but that's what it is. So we just gotta do it. Love, man.
Yeah, it's like Johnny Depp said, man, it costs a lot. It takes a lot of energy to hate
It
somebody.
does. It really does.
You know, what's the fucking point?
So we just want to be your happy little fun distraction for whatever's going on out there. And hey, man, come and join us on this ride in 2026. It's going to be a fantastic ride.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be it, y'all.
That's right.
For the Matinee Review, I am Akili.
And I am Justin.
Hey, man, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Take care, folks.